So in the last weeks, we have created our own data. We have created our own SCM structure in which we have defined our business unit, RV business unit, inventory org, sub inventory. So you can see this is the master data which we have created, right? This has everything, whatever we have created. All the price list, customer, item, ATP rule, global sourcing rule, shipping rules, item setups, customer setup. We have done all the pricing setups as well. Then picking and shipping, GOP, and AR invoice setup as well. So today we are going to create a transaction, an end-to-end transaction with the data we have created to see if it is successful or not and how it behaves, right? So we are done with the implementation work. Now comes the business user work to actually test the implementation, if it is successful or not, right? So let me go to the data sheet and let me go to the Fusion instance, go to order management and go to order management screen. So in the initial classes as well, I had shown you the end-to-end O2C cycle. And today I'm going to show you with our data, what we have created over the weeks till now, so that it results in better understanding. So at first, I'm going to create my first sales order with Adam Henry, right? We had given him the access and everything. So I'm going to create a new sales order with Adam Henry. Click on create order. So who was our customer which we had created? Our customer was RV2 customer. RV2, give a tab. Here it is, RV2 customer. It is displaying. So as soon as we select RV2 customer, the contact, Alex Haley, bill to account, ship to customer, everything populates because we had defined all these in the customer definition while creating our customer. Then the order type which we had created was RV order type. Then after entering all these, we need to enter our item. So what was our item we had created? Item was RV printers. Okay. So let me copy this and let's see if it appears or not. We had defined all the attributes of that item, right? Item class. Then we had enabled all the sales order inventory attributes. And we had made it as a master org controlled item in the operational attribute groups. So let's see if that item appears here or not. Select item, let's paste our RV printers and click on search. Yes, here it is. RV printers, RV each. So this is the unit of measure we had defined. And it is showing in stock. So if you remember earlier, it was showing data node data retrieved because we have not done the GOP setups. So now we have done all the setups, right? ATP rule, sourcing rule. So it is able to fetch the current status from that. And the price is showing 185. So let's click on add. Then I will click on the price hyperlink. And if I click on the price hyperlink, it shows RV2 price list. So this is the exact price what we had defined. RV2 price list 200, and we had defined a discount rule of RV2 discount rule, which was 15. So it is displaying the correct amount, 185. And if I go to actions and view pricing strategy and segment, let's see if it gives us what we had defined. Yes. So the pricing segment is coming as RV pricing segment and strategy is coming as RV2 pricing strategy. So that's exactly what we had defined. If you see this data, this is exactly what we had defined last couple of weeks, right? And price list also is RV2 price list. Discount is also RV2. Now we will also see the shipping charge list when we add the carrier details to this sales order. Click on done. And let's click on this hyperlink. Let's see what, yeah, list price minus discount. Yes. Okay. Okay. So this is our simple order line. Now let's go to the second tab, shipment details. Ship to contact is coming from the top from the customer setup. Requested date, let's put it, the customer has requested on 17th. Shipping method, let's populate our shipping method, which was RV shipping method, RV air. Yeah, RV carrier, air next to air. So if you see the data structure, we are defined the carrier as RV carrier. And under that, we have defined our air source of shipping as air. So things are displaying here. Let's go to the second tab of shipping. So what is the FOB we had defined? Freight on board, RV destination. So let's see if it appears. Yes, RV destination. Then freight terms, add freight. These are not important, leave it blank as of now. Then go to the supply tab. So when I showed you the O2C cycle in the beginning, I had populated my warehouse, right? But now I will not populate anything in the warehouse. I will let GOP pick it up. So if I take you to the sourcing rule quickly and show you. So in this demo, I will also show you the utility of GOP, how powerful GOP is. So I'm going to global order promising and I'm going to sourcing rule to show you the sourcing rule we had defined last week. RV, and we will go to the global sourcing rule, what we had defined. So if you see here, the rank 1 is transfer from RV inventory org1. And if there is no enough on-hand quantity, it will go to RV inventory org2, right? Because this is rank 2. And we had created the miscellaneous receipt and we had added on-hand quantity for RV printers in RV inventory org1. So this has enough quantity. So our GOP should tell us the warehouse should be RV inventory org1 automatically without we needing to populate that data, right? So we will leave it as blank and we will see when we submit the order if it populates or not. If it populates, then our GOP setup is sourcing rule setup is successful. Okay, we have entered everything we should have. Let's cross check one more time. Yeah, that's it. And then go to the third tab, billing and payment details. So bill to contact would be Alex Haley. Yes, this is the name we are giving to the customer's contact. And payment terms we are defined as RVNet 30. So this was the payment term we had defined. Receivables payment term RVNet 30, yes. So everything we have populated what we should have. The last tab is not something says credit, it is not relevant. Yeah. So now I straight away go and submit this order. Yeah. Now when I added the shipping method, you can see the freight charges are also appearing. So if I click on this, it is appearing from the shipping charge list. If I click on 205, see, so total in the price list, we had defined 200. Then the discount we had defined minus 15. Then the net price became 185. Then we had also defined our shipping charge list of freight as 20. So it is populating correctly. So all the price list we had defined as populating over here. So after making sure everything is there, I will go ahead and click on submit. So sales order was submitted. Let me just make a note of the sales order somewhere over here. Okay, click on OK. So now it has gone into processing state. It has not gone into pending approval because we have turned the approval off. So how to turn the approval off? Through this. If you remember, there is a, yeah. So in the manage order management parameters, start approval process for sales order, I have turned it off. So that is why it is not going into the approval state. It is going into the processing state. So now let's see what happened to our sales order. This is in processing. So what should we do? We should go to actions and go to switch to fulfillment view. Click on that. And if you remember, if I go on the right, yeah, the DO order generate process has been assigned, the generic process, the standard process. So if you remember, the normal standard processes for an orchestration cycle is schedule, reserve, ship, invoice. So all the setups for all these are done. So it should get scheduled and reserved automatically. So let's see, click on refresh. So yes, awaiting shipping. So if I come down, first let me click on this hyperlink and show you. Yes, see, schedule, reserve, ship, invoice. So it has got scheduled and reserved successfully and it is now awaiting shipping. So if I go to the fulfillment line, let me show you. Yes, see, it has fetched the warehouse RV inventory org1, the one which we were expecting as per our sourcing rule, because there were enough quantities in organization one, right? So it has picked up. Now, along with the warehouse defaulting, the GOP also does the schedule ship date and schedule arrival date defaulting. So now the requested ship date from the customer was 17th. And since there was enough inventory, enough on-hand quantity for RV printers, it has populated the scheduled ship date equal to requested ship date because there are quantities, right? And then how did arrival date come up? Arrival date is coming up 3 days after the ship date. Can anyone tell me how is it calculating the arrival date as 20? 3 days after the ship date. What is the logic behind it? Can anyone take a guess? Okay.
GOP.
Yeah.
RV carrier, we have defined 3 days.
Yeah.
No,
The transit time.
yeah,
You were
transit
close.
time.
Yeah, you were close. So let me show you that setup as well. So all the setups we have done till now will make sense now. So with each transaction, I will also correspond to the respective setup what we had defined. So let me take you to the transit time. So I think there was a question which was asked when we were setting the transit times. So let me go there and show you. See, behind every calculation, there is an input, right? So that's how it is. Now let me show you the origin as RV location one, which corresponds to inventory org1. So see in the first row, RV location one to RV2 customer. What is the transit time in days? 3 days. 3 days. So this is the basis of this calculation.
Okay.
This transit times. So this is why this is very important. And why RV location one? Because RV location one is linked to our RV inventory org1. If you remember, we had done the linking of RV inventory organization one. So when we were creating this inventory organization, so now let me show you that as well. So the first thing is this, okay, we have defined our transit time as 3 days. So what is 17 plus 3? 20. So it is showing arrival data is 20. Now let me show you the two linkages, what we had done. Inventory organization. So manage inventory organization. So I'm just showing you the setups which we have already done earlier, right? And yes, so now in the RV inventory org1, if you see, what location did we give? RV location one, right? And so this is one linkage. When we are creating our inventory org, we need to link it with the location. So this is one linkage. Now in the location also, if you remember, we had linked it. So it is displaying RV inventory org1. Now what do we do? It is in the yes, the scheduling has happened, the reservation has happened. Now it is in the awaiting shipping. So what do we have to do? We have to create a pick wave, pick release, pick confirm, ship confirm. So how will that happen? That will happen as per the shipping setups we have done. Picking and shipping setups, what we had done. We had defined all these setups, right? So through that, it will happen. So first, we have to go to inventory organization. So let me go to supply chain execution and go to inventory management for picking and shipping. This says order. So I will click on the task pane. And from here, I will go to picks and I will go to create pick wave. And it is asking me the release rule. So if you remember, we had defined this release rule. pick wave release rule, right? And if I should show you what is that pick wave release rule, yeah, here it is. Pick wave release rule. There were two rules we had defined: one for inventory org1, one for RV inventory org2. So let me select RV. So this is basically for defaulting. You can do it even without defining a release rule. See, RV pick wave release rule 1 for RV inventory org1. So this one we need to select, because in the manage orders you can see the inventory organization is RV inventory org1. So through this, the sales order would be fulfilled. So let's go there again. Go to create pick wave. Release rule is RV pick wave release rule 1. It is defaulting the ship from organization. What is the order type? Order type is sales order. The order number is, let's copy from here. Yes, that's it. Now if I click on show more, we don't need to give anything, right? See, staging sub inventory RV stage 1. So this sub inventory we had already given at the time of defining this release rule. So if you go back in the video, in the recorded video, you will be able to see in the last session we had done these configurations, and in the release sequence rule, pick slip grouping rule also we have given it over here. So we don't need to define them at all. Like everything is given. Just that we need to give the order type sales order and order number. That's it. These two we have not defined because these are dynamic entries, right? That's it. Now click on release now. So it was released, number of pick slips 1, number of picks 1. So this is successful. Just click on OK. So as soon as you pick release it, what does that mean? That means it is ready for a warehouse personnel to move it from a sub inventory to a staging area. And when he has succeeded in moving it to a staging area, he will pick confirm it. So before pick confirming, as soon as you pick release, there is one schedule process which runs in the background, as I had already shown you, but let me show you again. Go on the left navigator, go to tools and go to scheduled processes. So one process will automatically run in the background. So if I click on refresh, here it is, print pick slip report. So this is the report with which the warehouse personnel will move your item from a particular inventory to a staging area. So let me select this, click on republish and go to settings, export PDF. So let me show you this PDF. Yes, so this will have everything. The pick wave number, pick slip number, the grouping rule we have defined, sales order number, customer name, address, pick from sub inventory, staging sub inventory name, everything it will have, item name. So this report is the one with which your warehouse personnel will move it to the staging area. So once he has moved it to the staging area, what he will do? He will go to the pick confirm. He will click on pick confirm pick slips.
Okay.
And again, I will have to give my order number. And delete this due date and all. And click on search. So it should populate in a minute.
So, Raj, did you submit the process? When did you submit the process?
No, I didn't
Oh.
submit. I just clicked on pick release. And as soon as you pick release it, the process
It will-
gets scheduled automatically. We don't have to schedule
Okay.
anything.
Okay then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just created a pick wave, then I pick released it.
Mhm.
And it scheduled a process in the background. Now I'm pick confirming it, confirming my pick slip.
Okay.
So let's click on search. Yes, here it is our sales order number. So now I'm going to pick confirm it. Confirm the pick slips. Click ready to confirm. Click the picked quantity. Picked quantity means how many quantities have been moved from the sub inventory to the staging sub area. So now the warehouse personnel has succeeded in moving it to the staging sub inventory, right? So he will click one here and then he will go to the drop down, confirm and go to ship confirm. Click on this. So it will pick confirm it, and then we can go to the next step of ship confirming it. So now this is a ship confirm page. So once it has been moved to the staging sub area, the shipping manager or the shipping agent will load it into the truck and be en route to the customer's location. So once your goods have left the warehouse, left the staging area, then you have to ship confirm it. Then you will come down over here, click on shipped quantity as 1 and record shipping cost. Click on this, click on your icon and click on plus. And cost would be RV shipping cost. So if you remember, we had defined on shipping cost as well. Shipping cost type, RV shipping cost. So this is again optional and the amount is coming automatically, right? So this is from our setup of manage shipping cost. If the shipping manager wants to record some shipping cost, he can record it over here. Click on save and close. Click on done. Yeah, that's it. So now we have given the shipped quantity as 1. If there is any weight you want to define, like the weight of an item, you can define the volume or weight. Let's say weight is 22 for RV printers, 22 lb. Okay, volume, no, this is not measured in volume because this is a printer. So that's it. Weight we have defined. If there is any tracking number, you can give it over here. So for our case, this should be enough. I will click on ship confirm and I will click on. So now it has been ship confirmed. So in a while, the status will move from awaiting shipping to shipped and then awaiting billing.
Raj, this shipping cost is what exactly?
Which one? Shipping cost.
Yeah, is that the courier cost or the transportation cost, or it is the labor cost during this?
No, so I'll show it to you. Let me show you the setup. Then you will be better. So this is a setup manage shipping cost types. So if you go over here, this is what we had defined last week, RV shipping cost. So if you click on edit, so the category, these are the predefined categories from Oracle, right? So what we had given was the shipping cost. So instead of that, you can give any kind of cost, duty fee, export fee. So whenever you're transporting your goods to customer's location, there can be many costs, right? Insurance, handling cost, transportation rate, shipping cost, export fees. So I have just taken shipping cost for an example.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take any kind of cost from the drop down.
So, Raj, this shipping cost is different from the freight.
No, it does not depend upon anything. This is just
No, I said it is different
Yeah.
to freight cost.
Correct,
Okay.
correct. Yeah, different.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is just for the shipping manager to record, at the time of shipping. This is optional setup.
Okay.
But might be handy in many implementations. So that's why I have shown you. Okay. So now what we have done the shipping, right? We have, let me show you. We have created a pick wave. We have pick released it, which resulted in pick slip report. Then we pick confirmed it. And then we ship confirmed it, as explained earlier. So we have done these. So after you do these, it will go from awaiting shipping to the shipped status and awaiting billing. As you can see here, scheduled, reserved, awaiting shipping, shipped, awaiting billing, billed. So now let me go there. Click on refresh. So see, it has been shipped and now it is in awaiting billing. So again, when you ship confirm it, see, when you pick release it, there's one pick slip report which was generated in the background. Now, when you ship confirm it, there are 2 more processes which gets automated in the background. I think I've shown you that earlier as well, but let me show you that again.
Did the auto invoice?
No. So that will come later. So now if I go to monitor process, click on refresh. So these 2 reports, print packing slip report and bill of lading report, these 2 get scheduled automatically in the background. So you can find it in my documentation as well. Whenever you ship confirm it, you get these 2 automatically scheduled in the background. So let me show you bill of lading report. republish PDF. So what does it contain? It contains the consignee name, customer name, address, bill of lading number, shipment number, the shipper detail, item number, name, volume, weight, everything. So this is bill of lading report.
Okay.
So these are automatic, like we don't have to do anything. Yeah. So now it is in awaiting billing. So what shall we do to bill it? We should run a process of import auto invoice. We should now run a process of import auto invoice. Schedule new process. Import auto invoice. So this is the same O2C cycle what I had shown you earlier. Nothing different, just that we are doing it from our own data. The entire data is ours. We had defined it from the very scratch, Yeah, so import auto invoice. Now we need to select what is a business unit, RV business unit. What is the transaction source? So transaction source should always be distributed order orchestration, which corresponds to our Fusion application. And then we need to give over here our sales order number. So what is the sales order number? This one. Just give it over here. That's it. Just the 3 parameters. Click on submit. And click on OK. Refresh it. So within a minute, you will get the import auto invoice execution report, and also the status will go from awaiting billing to billed in a minute. So import auto invoice is succeeded. So just give it a minute. Yes. So you see this, right? Import auto invoice execution report. So just download this report, click on republish, and go to export PDF. So this shows, this is our order number, selected 3, successfully processed 3. So all the 3 lines in our order. So number of transaction was 1, which is our sales order, amount was 205. And there were 3 lines in it, right? One was the discount line, one was the freight cost, and one was the normal order pricing list. So all the 3 have been successfully processed. So our sales order invoice has been successfully created. Now, if I click on refresh, you can see from awaiting billing, it has changed to billed, right? And if you go to fulfillment line, this fulfillment line, go to actions, go to view fulfillment details. Just click on view and go to the second tab of billing. You can see this invoice number is there, right? This invoice number is there. The exact invoice which was generated. And if you go to the shipping tab, everything is there. Bill of lading number which was generated, quantity, UOM, shipped, everything is there. So
No,
now it has,
what about the WebB number and others?
can you come again?
The tracking number, WebB number, we didn't have that.
Yeah, we didn't have that when we were shipping it, right? We didn't give anything. We had an option to give these as well. So when we were ship confirming it, we had an option to give these, but we didn't give it because we thought bill of lading should be sufficient. So whatever number you give at the time of shipping, right? Tracking number, waybill number, it will appear over here.
Thank you.
So now it has been successfully billed. So let me take you to the billing detail as well. Let's deep dive into it. Go to actions. And in the next tab, where is my next tab? I will show you how to see the billing data in the Fusion. So
Mm.
what is our billing number?
Account
This one, invoice
receivables.
number is this one. Okay. So how will you see this invoice number in Fusion? Like how will the AR team see it? So go to this Fusion and go to receivables. Here it is, receivables. And go to billing. Okay. And then from the right hand side, there is a task pane. Click on this one, manage transactions. Now in the transaction number, type in your invoice number. This is my invoice number, right? This is my invoice number, what I can see it from the order management screen. This one, I have copied it and I'm pasting it over here. Click on search. So this is the one, 109392. Because it is showing our bill to customer as RV2 customer, RV business unit. So the status is complete. Billing, everything is here. RV printers, the amount is 200. Then the discount rule we had applied. So amount became minus 15, 185. And the freight one is also appearing as 20. So I click on it, yeah. So everything is appearing here. The freight cost, the discount, and the original cost of an item. The same way it was appearing in our order line. Let me show you the order line.
Raj, where does it show the order reference?
Order reference.
I mean, the sales order number.
Okay, let me just see. In the AR invoice, if I click on show more,
Hmm. That's it. 98476. Cross
Okay.
reference.
Yeah. this is the one, right? Yes,
okay.
correct. So now you can see in the billing, it shows the order number, and in order management screen, it shows the billing number, right? So now you can,
Cross-reference.
yeah, cross reference.
Okay,
And the
thanks.
source. It's showing the source as well.
Yes, correct. So this is the end to end. Now what I was telling you is, see, this one has three things, right? RV printer cost was 200. So if I go to my order, click on 205. See, the original price list was 200, discount was 15, shipping or freight was 20, right? Same thing is appearing here. 200 minus 15 and 20. So everything is here. So that's how you can cross reference it. And now if so now the line is in closed status. It has been completed, but the order header will always be in processing. So if you want to close it, what do we have to do? If you remember, we have to run this process of, let me show you, this one, update or close sales order. The same one I had shown you earlier. So this will close all the order headers for which all the order lines are closed. So in reality, you schedule it. So it is scheduled in the background. Update or close sales order. Click on OK. Oh, this is the previous one. Let me click on refresh. Yeah. Yes. Click on OK. So our entity name should always be header, and interval hours, let it be 0. We want to run it now, right? Not at the interval of 4. So these two parameters only, what's defined in the Excel as well. Same thing. Click on submit. So in a while, once this is succeeded, you will see the processing will turn into closed. So even the order header will close. So let's give it a minute.
What does the update do, Raj?
It closes all the sales order header for which the lines are closed. So now it is in processing. If I click on refresh, you can see this is closed. So the line was already closed, right? It had gone through all the orchestration cycle of this thing,
Yes.
schedule, reserve, ship, invoice. We had done all of that. So the line got closed. But to close the
Okay.
header, we need to run this process, update or close sales order. So this is one of the responsibilities of a sales order person, order entry specialist. So you can even schedule this at the interval of an hour or something, in an implementation project. This gets scheduled in the background. So with this, we have ran the end-to-end cycle of O2C. So go to fulfillment view. We have seen everything. We have seen, if I click on the orchestration process number. So we have seen all of it: schedule, reserve, ship, invoice. We had done all the 4 cycles. We had seen our pricing appearing over here, our customer item appearing over here. So with this, the entire data we had created was for this sales order to be success, right? So now it is working as expected. And yeah.
I just have 2 questions, Raj.
Yeah, sure.
The number one is, the shipping cost that you showed us, why does it not appear in or the shipping cost means the total cost? The shipping costs you showed us earlier on, where you have a choice of choosing anyone that you like, maybe transport cost. Where is the shipping cost? It's not appearing here. Or does it mean that the total cost of a particular order?
No, okay. Good question. So the shipping cost, what we have defined, will not appear over here. It will appear in the cost management because it is at the time of shipping. For order management, which one is appearing? So yeah, that is a good question. Let me show you. See, when we were doing pricing setups, if you remember, we had defined something known as managed shipping charge list, right? So that one is appearing over here as freight cost. So if you want something to appear on the order management screen, then like shipping cost to appear in order management screen, then you need to define the shipping charge list, what we had defined. Let me show you that again. Order management, pricing, and go to the shipping charge list and query our RV shipping charge list. Here it is. Click on edit. Item. Yeah, so if you remember, this was 20 for our item, and the price charge definition was freight for RV printers, right? So the same thing is appearing on the order management screen as 20. Because we had defined this shipping charge list and we had associated with our strategy, RV2 pricing strategy in the pricing setups. So this, you can make it happen, right? In this as well, you have many types of price charge definition. So we had done the freight one, it is appearing over here. But the shipping cost type is only at the time of ship confirming it, and that goes into the cost management. Now it does not appear under order management. For anything
Which
to appear in,
means
yeah,
the shipping cost is nothing but it's an absorption to the item,
yes, yeah, you can say that.
which means any handling charges, anything is charged onto the item cost,
Correct, exactly,
not to the customer.
exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So if you want to have anything over here, you need to define a shipping charge list or a discount list or a cost list, anything like I had shown you in the pricing setups. So since I had defined freight over here, it is appearing correctly over here.
Okay. So the shipping cost, did we add shipping cost to this at all? We didn't, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it will not appear here.
Correct. It will not
It will
appear.
appear in the cost management.
It will be part of COGS, cost of goods sold.
Correct.
Okay. COGS. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. What about my second question is, if we go into your Excel where we have the pick confirm, the billing, the list of oh my God, I don't know which, where you showed us the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of things that needs to be done.
Yeah, here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this one.
in the
What is the number awaiting shipping? What is that number 5? What is picked again when it is awaiting shipping?
yeah, picked I had shown you, right? So see, these are the natural status, what you just saw, right? So if you want
Okay.
to have this picked status as well, right? When we pick confirm it, if you remember, we need to run this process, send intermediate shipping status update. So it
Update,
will show
yes.
you the status of picked after you pick confirm. So if there is a
Okay.
requirement from an organization to see the picked status as well in the
Okay.
orchestration cycle, you need to run this
Yes.
process after pick confirm. So I mentioned it over here, and I had shown it in the, I think, third week. So I had shown all these statuses.
Okay.
So right after pick confirm, right after you do this pick confirm, you run this process, send intermediate shipping status update. So in the orchestration cycle, it will show you picked. Then
Okay.
after you ship confirm, it will show you shipped and awaiting billing.
Yes.
So these are more granular statuses, if you want to see.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So you have to run that process without which you will not see these more detail level status, is it?
You will not see only picked status if you don't run this process.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions?
Raj, in the AR invoice, there are two lines. One is the line item and second is the discount. These two lines goes to the GL, even the
Yes.
second line
Yeah, it goes to the GL and it gets
Second line.
reconciled here.
as a
Yeah.
discount.
Correct.
Yeah.
So suppose if you create one more line, right? Like suppose if you have cost list as well over here, then it will have one more line in the AR invoice. So how many other kinds of price list do you have? See, in the price list, you have cost list, discount list, shipping charge list. So if you have cost list as well, it will have one more line in the AR. So as of now, we have three things, right? Discount, price, and freight price. So these three were appearing over there. Okay.
Okay.
So now, what if we want to return this item? So now we have done everything, right? We have done the close. This is end-to-end process has been done. Now, what happens if the customer wants to return this? Then what do we do? So here comes the process of return. So now let me go to a new concept of returns. So this is a new concept. So let me give you a quick overview, theoretical overview. So in order management, there are two types of returns: referenced return and unreferenced returns. So what is a referenced return? So suppose you have a sales order in Oracle Fusion, like the one we have here. And if you want to return that, then that is known as a referenced return. And unreferenced return is like suppose you do not have a sales order only in Oracle Fusion. And how will you return that? So that can be done by unreferenced return. So what is the use case of this one? So suppose you have done the migration from a legacy system to Oracle Fusion, right? And you don't have many sales order yet. So, and if the customer order comes to return it, then in those cases, you can make use of unreferenced returns. So now let me show you both the examples. And then there are three types of referenced returns, right? Return for credit, and return the item, cancel the item. So now let me show you all of it. Let me just watch carefully.
Raj, sorry to disturb you. Where is this credit control in the sales order? In case
Credit control, which one? Are you talking about returns?
not returns, I'm saying credit control, the credit limits on the customer. So where does it appear in the sales
So
order?
that you will have to define in the customer only. There is a setup done through the AR, to have a credit limit.
Yes.
And so that's the setup, done by the AR. So over there you define it and then you associate that with the customer. Then only you will have it in the order management.
So at the time of booking, the credit control takes place
Yes,
if there is any lower limit.
correct.
Raj, one question. This unreferenced return, right? So even if you gave the use case where the sales order begins, I mean, belongs to a non-Fusion system.
Hmm.
What if we have a sales order within the Fusion system? Can I still, use the unreferenced
No,
RMA?
no. So if you have a sales order, then that will be a referenced return. Unreferenced means only that you don't have a sales order in Oracle Fusion, and then also you want to return it.
So sometimes if the order is being interfaced from the third-party systems, then it would be on reference returns, isn't it?
Correct, correct. If you have it, then it will be referenced. If you don't have it, it will be unreferenced. So I will show you very comprehensively both the things now.
Okay, thank you.
Like I will touch base on each and every aspect of it. So just let me open few things. Go to order management, open lookups, and I will show you. Just give me a second. Manage order lookups, go over here. Click on this, manage order lookups, and in the meaning type, return. So there are two return lookups. I will come to that. Yeah. So now this order we have successfully closed, right? End-to-end process has been done. And now we have got a query from the customer that they want to return it. So what do we do? And this would be a referenced return order, isn't it? Because we already have sales order, right? In our Oracle Fusion. So now, how do we do it? So if you see here, there is this button, return or end. Just click on it. If you click on it, it will show you the item name, return quantity 1, because we have only one. Suppose we had delivered 10 quantities, right? And the customer wants to return only 2. Then you could have written 2 over here. Then return UM is same RV each. Now return type. This is the main thing, return type. You see there are 3 options. Cancel the item, return for credit, and return for credit and return the item. So let me explain you one by one, each one of it. So even in Excel, I have mentioned all these 3 types. So if you go to manage order lookups, and if you go to this lookup, return order line types, you can see there are 3 things configured. The same ones which is appearing over here. These 3 and these 3 are same. So whatever you define over here will appear here. So these 3 are seeded ones. These 3 are the ones which Oracle supports. So first one is return for credit and return the item. That means the credit will be issued and the customer must return the item. So you will return the item and the money will be given to you from the person, from the company. The second one is return for credit. That means credit will be issued, but the customer is not required to return the item. So suppose there's some eatery or something, there is like it has expired or something, and you report it. So you obviously don't need to return the item and the company will give you the credit for it. And the third return type which is supported by Oracle is cancel the item. So I mean, cancel the item with recurring billing. You don't have to do anything and the customer is not required to return the item. So you will not be paid anything and it will be totally canceled, right? So that's what it means. So now you can configure more, but only these 3 are supported. Okay, this is the first step.
That's the third one is you have to do that RMA receipt or?
Same thing. For all the 3, you need to do the RMA receipt, which I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing. So for the third one, you will need to choose cancel the item. Return type as cancel the item. Return for credit, return. So this one. So there are some prerequisites to make this happen. To return it, there are a few setups required. So the first one is order lookups, which I'm showing you. So for return type, these 3 are supported. As you're seeing, even if you configure more, only these 3 are supported. So you need to map it. I will show you the mapping as well. Then there is return reason. So if you see this, product damaged, wrong product ordered, wrong product shipped, the item is damaged, customer did not receive the item. So these all are custom and seeded ones. So these all are coming from where? These all are again coming from manage order lookups, DOO return reason. So everything is configured here. The ones in which you see the enabled cannot be disabled, these are seeded ones defined by Oracle. And the ones in which you can enable or disable, these are custom made ones, right? So you can define your own reason. Like if you're not happy with the given reason, I mean, there are many. Item is damaged, missing parts, delivered late. There are many reasons. So you can choose one of them, or if you want, you can define your own reason, right? So these two are the return lookups, which would be relevant in our use case. And the same is appearing over here. Now, the third step, okay, this is the first step, manage order lookups, right? Now, the second step is manage orchestration process definition. So let me show you. Just click on cancel. We're not going to create a transaction. We are going to do all the setups, then create a return transaction. So in our sales order, if I go to switch to fulfillment view, what is the orchestration process name? DO order generic process, right? Order fulfillment generic process, which has those 4: schedule, reserve, ship, invoice. Now the return process will not have all these 4. It will have only 2. So let me show you. Manage orchestration process definition. Just click on that. And anything which begins with DOO is a seeded one. So which was our process? If you just recall, DO order fulfillment generic process. This one is our process, which has schedule, reserve, ship, invoice. Now there's one more, DO bill only generic process, which has only billing. It does not have schedule, reserve, ship, invoice. So for return, what is followed is this one, return order generic process. This one is defined by Oracle itself. So this one is the one which is followed in return. So these are the steps. Create receiving advice, which means we need to create a receipt, and invoice. This is a return orchestration process, which we need to use. So now, and how can we use that? So the next step is, so till here we have not defined anything. Everything is predefined, right? We have not done any changes. Now the third one is manage process assignment rules for sales order. Now we need to map that with our orchestration process. Go to manage orchestration process assignment rules. Not this one, the one which has a GUI interface. It should be assignment rules for sales order, which has a GUI interface. Here it is, manage process assignment rules for sales order. So first of all, in this order, how is this DO order generic process is appearing? It is appearing because this one, RB process assignment rule, what we are defined in our setup. If you go to edit, it is telling us if the order type is RB order type, the process name should be DO order fulfillment generic process. That's it, right? Now, let me define my own order. Click on create new rule. And let's name it this. I'm going to define my own orchestration process definition. I will name it as RB return assignment rule. Click on OK. Now if, so first let me reference this as well. So I'm going to use a return type as return for credit and return the item so that I can show you the entire flow of returning the item as well as billing it for credit. This will help us to show the entire flow, both the flows it will cover. So this I will be using. So if the returnable flag is yes, if the returnable is yes, so this is a standard one condition which we need to have. And if the line type is return for credit and return the item, the same one over here, return for credit, return the item. Click on OK. Then do process name is set to click on search. So this should be return only generic process, what we just saw, right? Here it is, return order generic process. Click on OK. So what are we saying? We are saying if the returnable is yes, which means it is going to be returned, and line type is equal to return for credit and return the item, then the return only generic process will kick in. Click on save and close. And enable that. Which one? Where has it gone?
Return, let's say. Let's.
Okay. Here it is. Thank you.
Yes.
Activate. Click on save and close. And let's deactivate our old rule because this is on the basis of order type, right? So this will supersede the line type. So let us deactivate it for a second. So return assignment rule we have configured, isn't it? Click on publish. That's it. We have not defined anything custom. Whatever was there in Oracle, we have just defined our assignment rule so that the correct orchestration process kicks in. So now what is the next one? Let me go to my return. I've shown you the lookup of return type, return reason. I've shown you the return only generic process orchestration definition, which is the seeded one. I have defined the process assignment rule. Now the next step is to make sure that our item has a returnable flag of yes. So just go to my item. How to go to item? Go to product management, product information management. And from the right hand side, go to manage item. What is the item class? RV item class. And what is the item? RV printers. Here it is. So click on that. And go to specifications and go to sales and order management. So if you can recall, we have defined all the things here. So this is the flag, returnable. This should be yes if we want to make it enabled for return. So this is already yes. So we are fine over here. That's it. Cancel it. Don't have to do anything. So we had made it yes at the time of creating this item only. So that is good. Then manage receiving parameters. So this again we had defined. So if I take you to the picking and shipping setups, here is the one, manage receiving parameters. So while defining this, I told you that whenever we are receiving anything from a supplier or whenever we are receiving any returns from a customer, we need to define this manage receiving parameters for that inventory org. So let me take you to this task again and show you the setup which we have already done last week or last time. Go to setup and maintenance. And under manufacturing and supply chain, go to this manage receiving parameter, click on enter. Click on this. And now search for our RB inventory 1 organization, because that is the organization through which we delivered, right? So we are going to receive it in the same org. Click on OK. Click on OK. Yes, so if you remember, we had defined all of this. Same things, receipt generation method, direct delivery. If you don't want to do multi-step, I had explained all of this. Allow routing override, receipt travel report if we want to print. So same thing. This is the setup which we had already done last week. So this is there, just checking if it is existing. So all those are there, right? So since we have everything over here, now I will go ahead with the return. I will create a return of this order. Let me just refresh. Maybe sign out and sign back in. So this order number I've copied. So I will sign out and sign back in to make sure all the changes are effective, right?
Raj, it's not necessary that it has to be a closed order, right, for the return?
Yeah, like
Okay.
if you have shipped, then also you can return it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'm going to order management screen. And I will query my order over here. This is my order, click on enter. Yeah, here it is. So now I will click on this. And I will go to return type, select return for credit, return the item, return reason. I will give with any of the pre-existing one. Item is damaged or something. Okay. Yeah. So this is my original sales order. Now it will create a return order. Click on create order. So it will now create a new return order in a while. Yes. So now you can see the amount is minus 185, right? So this is an indication that this is a return sales order. You can see minus 185. And it is also showing us the original order number. Let's remove the order type. We don't need it. And requested date and all, let's give it in the future. Shipping, that's okay. FOB, I can give it as RB test. So this is a new order. This is a new return order in which you can see the amount is minus 185. Supply. So over here now I need to give the warehouse, right? Because I am returning it. So the organization will know, right, from which organization you're receiving the customer returns, where you want to receive it. So that GOP will not tell us, because like, so I want to receive it in the same organization. Let's suppose you can receive it in elsewhere also. Like suppose if that inventory org is full or something, you can receive it in any org. I'm going to receive it in the same org. RB inventory org 1. I think shipping, let's see if I've given everything. General. Yeah, shipping method, let me give. RB. That is it. Yeah. Now if I go to order line, you cannot see the order line. So let me go to view, column, show all. So now let's see our line type, return line type. Where is it? Here it is, return line type. What is it? Return for credit, return the item. Good. It is the one what we had defined. Return goods, RO printers. Yes, everything is set. Now I will click on submit. Yes, so see, this is a new number, 98477. This is a return order number, which is referencing the original order number. So I've copied it. I will paste it over here in my sheet to keep a track. Where is it? Here. Original order. return order. Okay. Minus 185 because we are going to return this money to customer. Now switch to fulfillment view. Now over here, where do we need to go? We need to go to a tab known as returns. Go to the tab known as returns. And you can see what is the orchestration process now? Return order generate process. The one we had just defined through orchestration process assignment rule, right? So let me show you that as well again. Here it is. Manage process assignment rule. This is the only one we had configured on the basis of the existing return type, which was return for credit and return the item, and existing orchestration process definition, which was return order generate process. So we linked these two and now it is successfully appearing in our return order, right? And it is showing receiving location, organization one, good, order number, printer, customer, item is damaged, return reason also it is showing. Everything it is showing. Now let's click on this orchestration process number. See, this is totally different from what we have been seeing till now, right? What have we, we have been seeing till now? We have been seeing this one. Schedule, reserve, ship invoice. Schedule, reserve, pick, ship invoice. That's it, right? Now in return, it is not the case. These two are the things. Return receipt and invoice. So what do we have to do now? We need to receive this item. So the customer has, returned this item to our organization. Now we need to receive it in our organization. So that would be the next step. So what do we have to do? Let me just open the sales order again and go to return page. So now our first step would be to return this item, right? So let me duplicate our tab. Go to supply chain execution, go to inventory management. See this very carefully. And under the task pane, go to receipts, okay? And click on receive expected shipments. Click on this. So this is how you receive the inventory into your warehouse, either from a supplier or from a customer returns. Now over here, what do we have to give? We have to give RMA number, return material authorization number, RMA. So what is our RMA number? This one. Copy that, paste it over here. Click on search. Here it is. See, everything is appearing. Inventory org1, item name, document type is return material authorization. Let's see more information. Column show all. We want to make sure every information is publishing in the receipt page. Due date, quantity, ordered quantity, customer, receiving location, routing, country, product type, goods. Everything is appearing. That's it. Click on receive. Now we are receiving that in our organization, receiving it back. So we shipped it to the customer organization. Customer wasn't happy. They returned it and we're receiving back to from where we shipped it. The quantity. Now, if you do not want to give the quantity, you can click on show receipt quantity. So it will display the exact quantity. Destination type inventory, sub inventory. We want to receive it where? In stores only. Delivered to location. No, we have given the sub inventory, right? That should be enough. Received by Adam Henry, receipt date to this date. Yeah. Click on create receipt. This one. So after clicking on create receipt, you can give again way bill, bill of lading, packing slip number, shipment number, all these information you can give if you want. Every company will have these information, right? This is a free text field. You can give anything. Now click on submit. That's it. So after you click on submit, receipt 2 was created. Okay, good. Click on OK. So now we have done the receiving, right? Our first step was to do the receiving in our warehouse. We have done it. So now let me go to the schedule process. Tools. Where is schedule process? Here. click on refresh. So as soon as you click on create receipt and submit, this report gets generated automatically in the background, which is print receipt traveler report. Now, why is it getting generated? Because of our setup in the receiving parameters. Let me show you that as well quickly. So this setup we had done, right? Manage receiving parameters earlier. So in that we had ticked one box. Manage receiving parameters, go there. Okay, choose our inventory org again. Yes, you can see this, right? Print receipt traveler report. And print shipping documents for return to, print shipping documents for return material authorization. These two we had ticked, right? So that is why whenever we are creating a receipt and submitting, it is generating one print receipt traveler report in the background. Now let's see what is there in this report. So these seeded reports can be very handy for the businesses. Let's see what and all we have in that report. What information is there? Inventory org name is there. Then business unit, document type, number, customer name, unit, receipt date, received by person name, received quantity, remaining quantity. See, these many information is there. So this can be very handy for, businesses. You don't need to create any customers. These are like very handy. So yeah, this is good enough information. Okay. So now, since we have received it in our warehouse, we should expect that the status should change from awaiting receiving to received and awaiting billing, right? This is the ideal scenario, but it will not happen. So we need to do one more thing for the status to go from awaiting receiving to received and awaiting billing. What is that one thing? We need to run this process, send receipt confirmation, because it is not automatic in Oracle. Like for shipping, it is automatic, right? For receiving, it is not automatic. So again, we need to, after we have received it in our warehouse, we need to run this process, send receipt confirmation for the receiving page to interface with the order management page. Until we run this process, this will not change, even though we have received it. So I will go to monitor process, schedule new process, and I will run this process, send receipt confirmation. Click on OK. So what is the organization? RB Inventory Org 1. What is the source system? Source system should be our Fusion only. Where is distributed order orchestration? Here. Here it is. Oracle Fusion, order orchestration and planning. Oracle Fusion. Good. Now source document number, if you want to give, you can give it. Otherwise, it will run for everything. So we want to make it quick, right? Copy that source number, yes, and type it over here. Click on tab. That's it. Receipt number also, if you want, you can give. I think this should be enough, right? These many parameters should be enough. Click on submit. So now this process is running. Click on refresh. Send receipt confirmation is running. So once it is succeeded, the status will change from awaiting receiving to received, and invoice should be awaiting billing. Then we will run import auto invoice, and then the entire receiving process will be complete. So what we have done is we have received it, accepted the return, received it in our warehouse, and interface the receiving with our order management page, and now we are going to invoice it. So that would be the entire process of receiving. So now let's give it a couple of minutes. Oh, running. Once this will take 2 minutes. This is not quick. The receiving process, this will take 2-3 minutes. So I'll just take a pause for a minute, have some water. Since this is running, yes, this is running. Yeah. Click on refresh. Yeah, still running. It will take some time. Let's give it 2-3 minutes. In the meantime, if you guys have any questions, I can answer. Because it
Yes,
is
right. I just have one question. When we went into receiving the item into the sub-inventory, which module were we still in order management, or we went to the inventory module?
we went to inventory module. So do you want me to show
Okay.
you again? I'll show you again.
God bless you.
Yeah. Okay. Supply chain execution. You can see this,
Okay.
right?
Yes,
Inventory
yes.
management.
Inventory
Click on that.
management. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
So under the task pane, if you remember, picking shipping, we had selected picks. So we created a pick wave, we confirmed it. Now for receiving the returns, we are going to receipts. Receive expected shipments.
Yes.
This one we
Thank
went
you.
to.
Thank you.
Raj, in some scenarios required, the return item should be inspection.
Yeah.
So how can we do that?
So you can do that by this. I'll show you. So go to receiving parameters again. Go to manage receiving parameters. And over here, the receipt routing method we have defined as direct delivery. So there are 3 options. Direct delivery means you are receiving it directly into your required sub inventory, 1-step process. Standard received means 2-step process in which you are receiving it in your receiving area, in your staging sub area. And then you need to put away to your inventory work area. And then there is an inspection required, 3-step process in which you will receive it into the staging sub area. If it is passed, then you will receive it into your original warehouse. So if you set it to inspection required, you can achieve your scenario.
Oh, thank you.
This one, inspection required. So suppose you have set it to standard receipt or inspection required, right? So how will you receive it? Let me show you that as well quickly. So again, you will go to inventory management, go to the task pane. So what did we do? We just received it, right? Received expected shipments, 1 step, because we are giving direct delivery. Suppose if you have given 2 things to standard receipt, then you need to come over here, receive it, then again come over here, put away receipts. Suppose you have given inspection required. So you need to come here, receive expected shipment, then you need to go to inspect receipts. So that would be a 3-step process. Then you need to go to put away receipts, 3-step process. Yeah. So since this is order management, so I showed you the direct way, right? Okay. So now we can see our sent receipt confirmation is succeeded. That is good. Go to our order management page, awaiting receiving, click on refresh. Awesome. See, return receipt is delivered. And now awaiting billing. This is great. Now, what do we have to do?
Auto invoice.
Correct. Import auto invoice.
Raj, one question. Once we finish this RMA, the item cost, is it the same cost that is while we ship the item?
No, so item cost is calculated through cost management module. So there are around 50 to 60 setups. You set your costing method, as perpetual average or standard cost or actual cost. Then you define all your costing types, what would be if there is a landed cost involved or not. So that would come under the cost management module. So
Yeah,
on the basis of that configuration,
suppose it is an average cost. So when we make the return, it takes the same item cost when it is shipped.
yes,
Or
exactly.
does it take the average cost at that time when we receive the item?
No, when you receive the item, it will take the average cost at that time.
So it may change. Suppose let's say it's a item is coming after 2 weeks or 1 month.
and the item cost, average cost will change. Okay, at the time of RMA, does it consider the item cost at which it is shipped or the current average cost in the system?
The current average cost in the system.
Okay, okay.
So it takes into consideration many other things as well, right? As you have
Yeah.
defined in a cost. If you would have defined many cost types, like freight, cost would have increased, labor cost, your raw material handling cost, many things would have inflated, right?
Yeah.
So that it will consider. Like suppose you have a 6 month, suppose you have a 1 month return policy, right? I'm just giving you a use case which I just went through a couple of months back.
Yeah.
So like a month back, you had some rates. Now a new financial year has come in and you have inflated your cost. Your labor cost has increased, raw material keeping cost, everything has increased. So it is ideal, right, that it should always consider your current average cost, not the one with which you shipped 2 months back or 6 months back, right? So that's the methodology.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So where we were, we had delivered, we were awaiting billing, right? So yeah, now we have to run import auto invoice. Click on that. Okay. Now give your details. What is a business unit? RV. RV, click on tab. Transaction source will again be, where is our, here. Distributed orchestration, this keeps on going. Now, what is our sales order number? This one.
Yeah.
So copy that, same process, nothing different. That's it.
So we give the return order.
Yes. Because for that only we are creating an invoice, right?
Yes.
For return order only. Original order is done. We don't need to touch it.
Yes.
Minus 185. Okay. Now click on submit. That's it. Click on refresh. It is running in the background. It's ready. Give it some time. Yeah. So now it should be built in a while. Oh, let's give it a minute. So this will be the end-to-end return process for referenced return order. Then I will also show you unreferenced one in a while. Let me complete this cycle. Wait for a minute.
Okay.
Good. Okay, now let me go back to my order. Awaiting billing, click on refresh. Yes, it is built successfully. Now we call this type of invoice as credit memo invoice in finance terminology, because the invoice would be a negative invoice, right? So this would be a credit memo invoice. So now let me show you in monitor process, import auto invoice execution report. What is there? Republish. Yes. So this, yeah, see, the name is credit memo. Minus 185. Okay, so we are good over there. And now let me see in order also. Go to fulfillment line. Action. Orchestration plan. Okay, this is click on done. Yeah, under returns, I will go to actions. See, so in this, you need to go to returns tab for everything. View fulfillment details. So receipt number is coming. billing invoice number is also coming. Invoice amount is also coming. So yeah. And so yeah, this is it. The status is closed. So this has been successfully returned. And all the process of returning, interfacing, and invoicing has been done. So this is how you create a return order, a reference return order for the entire end-to-end cycle. Now, let me show you an unreferenced return order. Click on done. -118, this is appearing in red color. Okay. Unreferenced return order, let me show you. So suppose you don't have only any order which needs to be returned, right? Like in this case. So what you will do, click on create order. Give your custom name for which you need to return it. Suppose I need to return it for RB2 only. Same thing. Now over here, instead of selecting your item like we select in a standard order, go to actions and click on this one, add unreferenced return lines. You can see this, right? Click on that. Now over here, you give your item which needs to be returned. So now I want to return RB printers. Return quantity, how many? 1. Return type, you can select anything and click on add. That's it. -185. It will consider the price we have defined for this item currently, the price list, right? So now this way you can create a return order, unreferenced return order. Same thing. Now if you click on submit, same thing will follow. Let me go to the second tab. Request date, let it be somewhere in the future. Shipping method, let it be RV. Now shipping, FOB, RV destination, supply. Where do I know? I want to receive it in RV inventory organization 1 only. That's it. Oh, payment terms, let me give my own payment term. Let me see if it is there. I think we have given RVNet 30. Okay. And that's it. So this is how you can easily create your unreferenced return lines. No reference. See, original order, no reference. Before, when we were creating reference return order, it was showing the reference order number. So instead of giving your item here, you can go to actions and click on add unreferenced return lines. So now when you click on submit, same thing will follow. What we had just seen in case of referenced return lines, nothing different. So let me go there, go to switch to fulfillment view. See, it has gone to the same one, return order generic process, what we had defined. So if I click on the same thing, return receipt invoice. So we need to do the same thing again. Go to the inventory org, receive it, then run this one. We need to receive it, then run send receipt confirmation, then invoice it. Same thing. Nothing different from the earlier one what we had seen. The only different part was we need to add it in a new sales order. So this is the difference between unreferenced and referenced return orders. Any doubts till now on this?
So Raj, even the unreferenced will go, it will create a credit memo, right?
Yes, exactly. Same thing from here. Whatever we have seen
Okay.
earlier, exact same thing, nothing different at all. Same
Okay.
setup, same flow, everything would be same. Just the initial part is different. Like instead of clicking on return orders on the existing order, you need to create an unreferenced return line by going to actions, the way I just showed you. That's it.
And the price can be editable, right?